Hello, today I would like to present you how to bench test a vintage old analog TV and make sure that it is operational after the public broadcast service stopped transmitting the analog signals. So you cannot test it on air, but you can rig up your tiny broadcasting station and you can test the receiver, is it operational and if it's working fine. For our video, I'm going to be using this Philips TV Signal Generator. It is like a shrink version of TV broadcasting station that is going to create real radio frequency waves that can be picked up by your TV set. Of course, it is absolutely tiny amount of RF energy that is going to be good only for couple centimeters, and by design that should be hooked up directly. But if you set it to the maximum power and use tiny antenna, you can get a real couple centimeter of broadcasting your TV program. In that area you've got ability to specify your carrier frequency. This is going to be frequency in megahertz, so right now we are transmitting in 500 megahertz. And to select proper channel we need a list, and I'm going to show you that in a second. This device is going to be modulating right now our video signal into 500 megahertz carrier, and right now I'm grabbing our video signal from that built-in generator, but we can use that BNC input to encode any video stream that we would like to test. Here we've got composite output, so we can use it for testing devices that have got like an input for a VCR or DVD. Here we've got our RF output. We can adjust the voltage level, that is going to be our power, and we've got ability to also modulate sound. Since this device is made to be operated in Europe, we are going to be using a UHF channels, and here is a list of the video carrier that we have to set up on our signal generator. And if our television set have got ability to select different bands, then we are going to be use that switch. We are going to set ourselves into UHF. In front of our TV set, we've got a different band. We've got the VHF low, VHF high, and UHF high. And when I'm going to be rotating that dial, we've got a tiny indicator where we are currently located. So right now I'm on channel 40. Let's go into channel 25. So we have to set up our signal generator to 503 megahertz and 25 steps, so let's do that right now. Let's set up our 503 megahertz first. So I will go up, and we've got 503, and now 25 step, which is over here, and now we are going to be modulating on channel number 25. And this TV set do not have connector for external antenna. It's got only that telescopic whip. What I constructed, I added a UHF antenna that is adapted to the BNC cable, and it goes to the RF output. And as long as we are going to keep it close, we are going to pick up our signal through that antenna. So let's power up our device. We go like this, and let's orient our screen. I'm going to set our antenna over here. So we are going to get a nice setup, and we should broadcast our signal on channel number 25. So let's try to find it. So the 21 channel is going to be on top. And as you can see, we managed to grab our signal, and it looks absolutely beautiful. We've got our color stripes, and we can use our signal generator to create a different pattern. Since we've got our picture, I can now generate different patterns, so we can go like into a gray scale. We can disable the color bar. We can go and create pattern like this that are being used for testing the geometry. So for example, here we can see we've got a nice beautiful round shape. Other patterns for testing the geometry, and we can do a purity test. This is very important to check if your screen works correctly. So we've got our R, G, B, and different mix. And as you can see, everything is working just fine. And this is basically how you can test those vintage analog TV receivers without having a real broadcasting station. Let me just prove you the range of that device, so you are not going to be afraid that we are blocking some genuine signals. So right now I'm basically touching the antenna and I'm moving out, and as you can see, our signal is fading away and we are not receiving anything. So like 40 centimeters make it disappear completely. So absolutely do not afraid to use that test tool. That was analog TV part, but we've got also analog video input. To test it out, we are going to be using the composite output, and I'm going to feed our signal here, and I'm going to switch our screen into the monitor mode. And as you can see, we've got absolutely beautiful picture that is going to be feeding up. So you can hook up that television set into your VCR or vintage console. You can run all the tests that we were doing before. And as you can see here, we can change the aspect ratio, so it's going to be fitted properly. And as you can see, it's working just fine. This is the purity test, and this is what you would like to see from a good screen. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you find it interesting. See you next time, and bye bye.